Hey everybody, welcome back. It's me, Allie, and this episode I am going to be bringing you 5 tips. 5 tips on becoming a better photographer, and none of these actually have to do with your skill, but trust me, you follow these 5 tips, your reputation's gonna go up, your photography skills will go up, and you'll be able to get better models and work with the models you like more frequently. So let's just get into it. Tip number 1, don't believe everything that everybody tells you on social media. Your friends, your mother, your family, they're all gonna tell you you're wonderful. Well, first of all, that's their job. And second of all, a lot of them don't know the difference. So, maybe it's nice to hear, but in the long run, you actually wanna get better, you need honest, good critiques of your work. So how do you get that? You could have some friends or family members that you trust that will tell you the truth, and you need to be ready to hear the truth. For example, I use my husband and my best friend Sierra because those guys, they don't really care about hurting my feelings. They know I want to get better, and they'll tell me. And I appreciate it, and they tell me in a way that is constructive. But what if you just don't know, you don't want to hear it from your friends and family, maybe whatever. Get yourself a mentor. I use Frank Doorhof as my mentor. I'm in his Patreon group. You can join up for as little as $5 a month, and trust me, he will give you some good, honest feedback that will make you better. Or find a mentor that works for you. Get yourself a mentor, get yourself some good feedback, and stop listening to what all your friends and family are saying on social media. I just got 6 likes on my picture on Facebook. Every one of my family members likes it, and some of my coworkers. This must be like the best picture on the internet. Oh, I got my feedback from Frank, and it looks like if I just work with my model on some of the different hand positioning, I can improve my next images. Thanks, Frank. That's a great idea. Tip number 2, quality over quantity. And that is in the images you take and the images that you deliver. So don't go to a photo shoot and think, oh, wow, look at that. I took 1,000, 1,500 images. Your rate of good images isn't really going to get better. There's like this point of, what do they call it, where you get negative returns. It's just too much. So think before you go. Think before you shoot. Know what you're shooting for, because then if you know what you're shooting for, you know when you're done. So the other thing, if you're working with a model and then you're delivering images, make it up front. I'm going to give you 4 to 6 great images. Don't give them 30 mediocre images, and don't post 30 images on Facebook, Instagram, social media. Don't do that, because if you give somebody too many images or you post a bunch of images, people only remember the worst. But if you post 3 images and all 3 of those images are good, people remember that, and your reputation just went through the roof simply because you didn't post the crap. I'm back from my shoot. I took 3,000 images of 3 models. I know I've got good stuff. Tip number 3, don't take a boatload of gear to a shoot. Oh my God, is this the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 25th? I don't know how many times I've said this. You don't need to be hauling a bunch of gear to shoot. Take what you need. Are you going to be shooting natural light, or are you going to be shooting strobes? This is different for event photographers. I'm talking about when you're working with people, with a friend, you're going to go to a location, you're going to shoot in your studio, whatever. But think about your gear in advance, and don't bring a ton of gear, because first of all, you got to haul that stuff around. And second of all, once you start focusing on all your gear, what am I going to use? Which lens am I going to use? Do I want this light? Do I want that light? Am I going to shoot natural? Do I need a diffuser? You start to lose your focus on what you're actually doing, which is taking the image. So stop that crap. I'm heading out on a shoot, and with all this gear, I am sure to be successful. Okay, My next two tips are very dear and near to my heart. They're my two favorite tips. So tip number 4, learn about light. And when I say learn about light, I'm not talking about like the exposure triangle, the angle of incidence. No, what I'm saying is really learn about light. When you're outside, look at the light. Is it hard light? Is it soft light? What do the shadows look like? If you're in soft light on a cloudy day, where's the source of light? Because there is a direction and you want to know it, because that will help you in your portrait photography. That will help you with getting better images of people, so you know your light. What's flat light? What's hard light? What's contrasty light? And like, okay, I'm just going to give you an example of one of the strange things I still do, and this has really helped me a lot. Is like, I'll be at an outdoor restaurant with a friend and we're eating, and they think we're just talking about whatever we're talking about. We're eating and we're, enjoying our food, and I'm like staring at my friend saying, wow, this is like really harsh light. Well, the sun's hitting her from the side. I would never shoot her like this. Like, I would need a strobe to counteract all these hard shadows, or maybe I could put her in the shade. And like, this is all going through my head while on the outside I'm going, oh, great, it's nice to hear about your boyfriend. Because I'm obsessed with light. You get obsessed with light, you become a better photographer. That's all there is to that, because it's so important. It's an overcast day. I should look good in any light, right? Well, here I'm pointing to the light, and now let me see how I look. Oh, I mean, see, my eyes, they're kind of dark right now, but woo, oh look, my eyes are filling with light right now. This is much better. Dark eyes, bright eyes. And now, tip number 5. Tip number 5, one of the most important tips you need to know if you're going to be a portrait photographer: treat your model with respect. And when I say treat your model with respect, I'm going to define it. Because it doesn't just be where you think you're nice to your model. Because I've run into models and they tell me I talk to them. What do you like? What don't you like? And I'm going to tell you the number one thing that you can't do to a model: do not touch your model without permission. You always ask nicely, may I please move the hair? It's in your face. Just don't touch them inappropriately at all. Just bleh. You do not want to become known as the creepy photographer, especially if you're male. You just don't want to become known as that creepy photographer, because the models talk, and you just all of a sudden, they're going to always be busy when you want to work with them. So treat them well. Don't touch them. Ask permission if you feel that you have to adjust something for them. The other thing, show them the back of the camera. Explain what you're looking for. Don't just think they can read your mind. They can't. Explain. Tell them a story. Tell them however it works for you, but tell them what you're looking for. And then you're going to get a connection with your model. And if you have a connection with your model, that model's going to be able to deliver. Yeah, so you need to turn your shoulders this way. I don't know how many times. And tilt your head this way. Oh my God, I can't believe you can't do what I need, because I really need you to just do what I say. And let me fix this for you. That's better. I don't know, you're not a very good model. So those are my 5 tips. And you didn't hear me talking really about lens choices or how to set up a background or any of that, because honestly, if you can get these 5 things down, the other stuff will come. So that's it. That's a wrap. You got anything to say? Drop them in the comments. I love to read comments. And I will be back in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.